what did it mean to get your first start here?
It feels great. You know, it's been a long journey for me, and I can only thank the organization and the coaches and the trainers for putting me in a position to get back in healthy.
What have you gone through? Just kind of put in perspective what you've been through the last few years.
The last 2 years, I've been through 2 ACL tears. My first one was a complete tear, and my second one was a partial tear. And they were telling me that I barely had any of my graft left. So I just made it a hard decision to just sit out another year. As much as I wanted to play, I mean, I felt like, you know, after my second one, I would come back better and stronger. So I just made that decision to do that.
How do you feel now?
I feel great. I really feel good.
What did it take to get back to feeling great? How hard was that?
It was very hard, you know, just having to trust everybody and believe that I was going to get back healthy because, you know, I started doubting about if I was going to be able to play ever again. And so it was a hard decision to get the second surgery and just be able to come back and play. But Coach Glass and them, they just told me, you know, just keep fighting and everything. So I trusted and believed everybody that was talking to me.
Is the mental part of it tougher than the physical part?
Definitely, because, I mean, if I start feeling any type of pain after surgery and I'm like, oh, I can't do this, you know, and I just pushed myself harder than ever just to get back better.
Was it the same knee? Or?
It was the same knee, yes.
Everybody's kind of talked about it the last couple of weeks. It's next man up. But just kind of what does that mean to you? Brendan kind of announces he's supposed to go on the rest of the season. You slide in, get your first start. Just you've lived next man up. So what does that mean?
Yes, sir. So Brendan, he always told me, you know, just be ready whenever your time comes and everything. So even when he was playing, he always told me just stand by coach and be ready. So he mentored me to get me to the point where I am today so I could be ready just in case anything happened.
What kind of frustrations did you deal with?
Just, you know, a lot of people, I mean, I came in here, transferred here in 2019, and a lot of people didn't know who I was. And so it was just one of those things where I started looking at social media when I kept getting injured, and I seen like a lot of people doubting me, and it kind of got down on myself because I just really didn't know how to feel. But once I started talking to my family and everything, I just blocked all the noise out and I just stayed to myself. I got off social media and I just let all the work do the talking.
How did the game feel? You played more snaps, I guess, than you played in the other time.
Felt great. Just felt great to be back out there. You know, it's been 3 years since I've touched the field just playing. So, I mean, just all the encouragement and the positivity that I was getting, I just wanted to get out there and be as calm as I can. So I just thank my coaches and everybody for doing that for me.
Going back to your decision to obviously transfer from Arkansas and come in here, what was that time of your life like?
It was a rough time just because, one, we were losing. But it was just hard because my coach got fired 2 games before the season was over. And I had to make that tough decision with my family, like what we wanted to do for the future. And you know, my family didn't have like all of the finances and everything to make every single game. So I felt like that made my decision easier to just come back home. I mean, it went from 3.5 hours to Fayetteville to being an hour away, an hour less away for them to come up here. So it makes everything easier for them.
What has it been like then, being back home somewhere?
I mean, it feels great. I get that family vibe. I get to see everybody whenever I want to now. So, I mean, just getting the family vibe and everything.
Your brother's become quite a celebrity.
Yes, yeah.
What has that been like for you?
It definitely takes a lot of pressure off of me, you know. I don't like a lot of attention anyway, so, I mean, to have him at 5 years old, that young, I mean, it's just building on top of what he can do. I mean, he has so much more life to live. So, I mean, him getting that attention and just getting the love that he has, it's amazing.
Did you ever imagine he'd get that kind of attention?
I honestly did not because, I mean, when we're at home, like, he's always hyped at home. So, I mean, it kind of just threw me off when he did that at homecoming last year. And I was like, I've never seen that side of him. Like, he's hyped, but he's never, like, loud like that. So, I mean, it shocked everybody.
Were you on the sideline? Where were you whenever?
I was on the sideline.
So what happens to you?
I mean, everybody was like, wait, that's your brother. And I was like, yeah. I was definitely not expecting that. It definitely shocked me, so, yeah.
Are your personalities opposite?
I feel like we're similar a little bit. I have 3 other siblings, so I'm more of the laid-back, quiet one. And Warren can be very laid-back when he wants to, but he knows he has a switch on and off, so he knows when to cut it on and off.
How much did it help having or being closer to your family, going through the injuries and everything like that? I mean, if you're at Arkansas and that happens, like you said,
yeah,
3.5
I
hours
mean,
away.
just being able for them to come up here or me staying down there, like I have all of the resources that I need to help take care of me. So, I mean, if I was down there and something like that happened, it would definitely been tougher than it was. But just for them being able to come up here and take care of me and just do the things that they need to do to help me get back, it was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did
you kind of serious? Did you kind of feel that you were going to get thrown into the starting lineup in the last few weeks?
I honestly didn't know. Like, I just continue to put my head down and keep working hard, and then whatever happens, just happens. But, I mean, I'll always just continue to stay ready for whatever happens.
I got to ask you this. With all the injuries coming over here, the depth chart in front of you, did you ever doubt that day would come when you get that first start?
I just continue to just trust my coaches. You know, my coaches always told me, like, just continue to grind, keep your head down, stay and work hard. So, I mean, rehabbing every single day. Like, knee injuries are not something to take lightly. So being able to just get in the treatment and just being able just to be ready when we come out here for practice and just taking care of myself. Just staying healthy was my main goal, just in case like times like this just happen. But like I said, I got mentored by everybody on the team, my coaches and everybody, so they helped me get to this point.
Any one person pull you through, maybe more than the other, when maybe there were some days you're going, oh man, I don't know if this is going to work?
Really just the trainers, like the whole training staff, because, I mean, rehabbing is very hard and it sucks. So, I mean, the days that I didn't even want to go, you know, they just encouraged me to come up. And some days we'll take it lightly, some days it's a lot of hard work. And a special shout out to Coach Glass as well. Like, I mean, we were working very hard because, I mean, he knows he's been doing this for so long, so he knows how it feels and everything. So just being able for them to watch my journey up to this point was good.
When did you officially know you were going to be in that starting lineup? When you found out about Evers or until the coaches told you?
I honestly didn't know up until the game. It's just when the game started, you know, my name was just called, so I was just ready to go out there.
You had a little bit of traffic in the middle, right? Those are big dudes across the line of scrimmage, so you got into it right off the bat. Yeah?
Yes, sir. It was just me not thinking about too much, because I know if I think about too much, like, I would have probably done worse than I did. So, I mean, just staying calm, you know. My coach was telling me, like, he never knows if I'm, like, focused or zoned in. So when I'm in the huddle, I'm just, like, looking at the field, just imagining myself, like, just getting ready to go make a play.
When you looked at the film after what happened, how'd you grade yourself?
I felt like I did really good. You know, there's still a lot of things that I need to work on, like my pad level and just striking one man at a time. So, I mean, I'll just continue to grow and get better on that every single week.
Was it hard to keep your emotions in check, that first couple of plays?
No. Like I said, I was comfortable when I got in there. Just the first play, like I said, I didn't want to think too much into it. So,
another challenge this week, right? You got some big dudes across the line of scrimmage as well. You're going to have that every week. Looking forward to it?
Yes, sir. I mean, we'll just continue to build on what we do, and our D-line coaches are going to put us in the right position to go and dominate.
You know, we talked about it a little bit. What was the overall atmosphere in the locker room? I know we talked about adjustments and this and that, but from your perspective, what went on at halftime? And there was a big difference between the defense in the first half and second.
We were all calm, you know. We don't want to argue with each other, you know. That'll bring, you know, bad things. So we just stayed calm and told each other, like, the game's not over. We still got another half to play. So we just go in there and make the corrections that we need to make and go out there. And as long as we're all on one page, that's all that matters. So we'll be a dominant defense.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.